HarperCollins and HarperAudio present Carpet Diem, Tales from the World of Oriental Rugs by George Bradley. Read by Knox. A note before we begin. For images of the rugs described throughout, a glossary featuring place names and carpet terminology, and more, don't forget to download the accompanying enhancement PDF from your audiobook provider. Note: this is a work of nonfiction, and to the best of my ability, the events and experiences herein are presented as I remember them. Many names, as well as some places and circumstances, have been changed in order to protect the integrity and/or anonymity of the various individuals involved. Although the scenes and dialogue are based on my recollection, they are not intended as word-for-word documentation. Rather, I have written this account with the aim of conveying the essence of what was said and the gist of what happened. It is not, saith the buyer, but when he is gone his way, then he boasteth. Proverbs 20:14, King James Version. 1. I Fall in Love. The Jerusalem Consul's Farahàn Saruk. My great-grandfather was a public man, and is the reason I collect carpets. A soldier, a minister, and a diplomat, he was U.S. consul in Jerusalem during World War I. After his posting to Palestine, he moved on to France and ended his diplomatic career in Nice, where in his old age he acquired a lady friend by the indubitably French name of Josephine. In 1931, feeling his 85 years, the consul decided to return home, and along with the lady, he sailed for America. He didn't quite make it. Instead, he died at sea, and Josephine appears to have panicked. Not reading English, and not knowing what compromising information her lover might have left in writing, she burned his papers. All of the public man that came off the SS Belgenland when it docked at Pier 59 in the Hudson River was his body, and such items as he had loved too much to leave behind: Josephine, a few pieces of furniture, and dozens of Oriental rugs. Josephine soon went back to Nice, where my great-grandfather's heart is now buried beside her. But the rugs remained, at least for a while. In the 1930s, decorating with Oriental carpets was still the fashion, and family photos of the period show the large rooms of the family home in Dongan Hills fairly laminated with them. Tastes changed, though, after World War II, and by the 1950s, no one wanted the old-fashioned look. Wall-to-wall floor treatments came in, and the hand-woven Orientals disappeared. Some of the consul's carpets were sold, some were thrown out, some were left to molder in attics and basements. There were so many of them, though, that every branch of the succeeding generations inherited a few, and so it was that one eventually came to me. I was 18 and heading off to college when I found an old throw rug heaped in the corner of our cellar and took it away to the cramped room of my freshman dorm. To my incurious eye, it looked simply black and tan, with a design of snarled branches, and I didn't think much about it during the undergraduate years I spent abusing it with spilled beer and corn chips and occasionally worse. But the little rug proved resilient, and as I moved on through life, it moved with me, first to Virginia, and later to New York City, and eventually to small-town Connecticut. I kept it under the chair at my desk, where it warmed my toes as I worked at becoming a writer. Time passed, I married, my parents died, the World Trade Center was destroyed, the U.S. invaded Iraq, and I had published 4 books and fathered a child by the time I glanced down one day to notice that my great-grandfather's souvenir was showing its age. There were cracks along its edges and a crease at one end. I pulled it out into the light to have a better look. The Jerusalem consul's rug was about 4 feet wide by 7 feet long. The beige arabesques that filled its field turned out to be interspersed with leaves and blossoms in many hues, and there was a vine scrolling around its rust-red border that was studded with clusters of grapes. 6 small medallions filled the areas left empty by the arabesques, and yet the very center of the rug
Sample complete. Ready to continue?